What if I told you your quiet, comfy life after 60 is missing something? Something you'd never expect, like an enemy. Not what you're thinking. This isn't about chaos or grudges. It's something else, something that could flip how you see your later years. Look, society's got this script for us after 60. Slow down, kick back, enjoy the quiet. And yeah, that sounds nice after decades of hustle, raising kids, climbing career ladders, paying mortgages. But here's the rub. What if that quiet life starts to feel like a trap? I've watched people, vibrant, loud, full of life people, start to fade, not because they're worn out, but because nothing's pulling them forward anymore. No challenges, no friction, just stillness. In some cultures, elders are the wise ones, the storytellers, but they're also pushed to the sidelines, expected to watch the world go by. That's not how it has to be. What if the key to thriving, not just surviving, past 60 is staying in the fight? Not a real fight, but something that keeps your blood pumping and your mind buzzing. This is about something that could shake up your days, drag you out of that easy chair, maybe even keep you from fading into the background like some forgotten wallpaper. It's about feeling alive, not just existing. Let's get into it. Picture your life right now. Steady, safe, predictable. Maybe you've got your coffee at 8, your shows at 7, and everything in between is a well-worn routine. Nice, right? But what if that's the problem? What if coasting through your 60s, 70s, or beyond is quietly draining something vital, something you didn't even know you needed? When was the last time you felt that itch to prove yourself? Not the stress of a deadline or a screaming boss, but that electric buzz of, I've got to do better than that. For a lot of us, those moments dry up as we age. We trade ambition for comfort, risk for safety, and suddenly, life's a flat line. Psychologists talk about the comfort zone, that cozy spot where nothing's hard, nothing's scary. But stay there too long, and it's not cozy anymore. It's a cage. Our brains crave stimulation. Our bodies need motion. Without a push, we don't just slow down, we start to crumble. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it's like letting a car sit in the garage too long. The battery dies, the tires rot. I'm not here to preach peace and quiet. I'm here to throw a curveball. Having an enemy might be what saves you from that slow fade. Not a villain, not a feud, just a spark to keep you going. Not sure what that means yet? Good. Let's break it down. Before you freak out, let's clear this up. This isn't about picking fights or burning bridges. I'm not telling you to start a blood feud with your neighbor over the hedge line. Think of it like this. You've got a buddy who's into golf. You both play, but one day you say, bet I can sink a putt from 20 feet before you do. A little trash talk flies. You call that a swing? My grandma's got better form. And next thing you know, you're out there every weekend, practicing, laughing, obsessed with beating them. Or maybe it's not golf. Maybe it's your sister who loves cooking. You both make chili for the family potluck, but you turn it into a showdown. Whose recipe gets the most wows? You swap tips, tweak your spices, but deep down, you're gunning to win. Or picture this. You and a pal decide to learn guitar, but you make it a race. Who can play Sweet Home Alabama first? You're strumming away, ribbing each other, having a blast. That's the kind of enemy I'm talking about. A friendly rival. Someone who pushes you, keeps you sharp, without the mess of real bad blood. It's competition, but with a grin. It's not about hate. It's about that nudge that says, come on, you've still got it. Whether it's baking, painting, or arguing over who knows more movie trivia, it's a game that keeps you in the game. First, it's a jolt to your head. You're not just sitting there letting your mind rust. My neighbor, 68, started doing crossword puzzles against his brother. They'd call each other up, gloating over who finished first. You're still on 12 across? Pathetic. It was brutal, hilarious, and now he's hooked, faster, sharper than ever. He's not solving puzzles to win. He's doing it to keep his brain from turning into oatmeal. Science backs this up. Studies say mental challenges, like competing over puzzles or trivia, boost neuroplasticity, that fancy word for your brain's ability to keep growing. It's like lifting weights for your mind. Without it, you're at risk of fogging up, forgetting names, losing that quick wit you used to have. A friendly rival keeps you firing on all cylinders, laughing while you're at it. Second, it drags you off the couch. Know those two old guys at the park, racing their remote control cars like it's the Indy 500? They're in their 70s, shouting, laughing, chasing each other's dust. One's got a tricked-out red racer, the other's souped up a blue monster. They're not jogging marathons or climbing mountains, but they're out there, moving, alive. Without that push, they'd be indoors, staring at a wall, joints stiffening, energy fading. Doctors say it all the time, stay active or lose it. A rival gives you a reason to walk the block, tend the garden, swing a club. Whatever it is, it's motion. It's your heart pumping, your muscles working, and that grin when you edge them out. It's not about being an athlete, it's about not turning into a statue. Third, it ties you to people. My aunt's got a friend she knits with. They're always trying to outdo each other. Fancier scarves, wilder patterns, stitches so tight you'd need a microscope to find a flaw. They bicker, they cackle, they meet up every week to show off. It's not just yarn, it's a lifeline. You don't drift apart when you've got a score to settle. Loneliness kills, literally. Studies link it to heart disease, depression, even shorter lifespans. A rival keeps you connected, gives you someone to call, text, or meet. It's not just about the game. It's about the bond that grows while you're playing it. You're not alone when you've got someone to beat. Last, it lights a fire. Imagine waking up thinking, today I'm crushing Dave at darts. It's small, but it's something. A guy I know, 82, started baking bread to one-up his cousin. He'd never baked before, but now his kitchen's a flour-dusted war zone, sourdough loaves stacked high, each one a jab at his cousin's sad little rolls. He's got a smirk on his face and a purpose in his step. That beats staring at the clock, waiting for nothing. Purpose matters. Psychologists say it's what keeps us ticking, having a goal, even a tiny one. A rival hands you that on a platter, something to aim for, something to get out of bed for. It's not about the win, it's about the chase. Some of you are probably thinking, competition? At my age? That sounds exhausting. Fair point. Nobody wants stress piling up. Lord knows we've had enough of that in our 40s and 50s, right? But this isn't that. It's not a screaming match or a grudge fest. It's playful, low stakes, like kids on a playground, not gladiators in an arena. If it gets heavy, you call it off. Hey, let's chill. Maybe your golf buddy starts taking it too far, keeping score like it's the Masters. You laugh, say, "Ease up, Tiger," and switch to just enjoying the walk. The trick is keeping it easy, something you both enjoy, cards, cooking, whatever. Done right, it's a boost, not a burden. It's a spark that warms you up, not a fire that burns you out. Convinced yet? Here's how you start. Check your crew. Got a friend who loves fishing? Challenge them. Biggest catch by summer's end. Start texting pics of your hauls, ribbing each other over every inch. Know someone who paints? Bet on who can finish a canvas first. Pick something you're both into and let the game begin. Hit a group. Bowling league, card night, whatever. Find someone there who's game to spar. I knew a guy who joined a seniors poker night and turned it into a personal vendetta with another player. They'd bluff, laugh, and keep coming back. Look local. Community centers, churches, even libraries have groups waiting for you. Go digital. Online forums, apps. Race someone across the country to master a Sudoku grid. There's apps for chess, word games, even virtual gardening contests. Found a lady on a forum who challenged me to a trivia duel, 50 states' capitals. I lost, but I'm still hooked. Keep it safe, keep it fun, no personal info, just play. So, that's the deal. An enemy, a friendly one, might be the kick your 60s, 70s, or beyond need. It's not about playing nice, it's about staying in the game, not fading into some quiet corner where nobody notices you're gone. Don't overthink it. Try it. Start small. A word game with your spouse, a step count bet with your kid. See what happens, how it feels to have that itch again. You might find your days get a little brighter, a little louder, a little more you. Got a rival already? Drop their story below. I want to hear it. Who are they? What's your game? How's it keeping you going? Let's get this conversation rolling, because life after 60? It's not over, it's just getting started.